Let's see. 4.5. I'm pretty sure it's gonna hurt tomorrow when I laugh or try to laugh. I have a roughly, vaguely exact idea of what I'm gonna do on this. Chai and fitness. I don't know if you remember, about 100 days ago I made this video. You should see the pop-up right here, but here's the long story short version. As I started to take fitness seriously, or as I started my fitness journey for the first time ever, I set a goal for myself to do, or to reach to the stage of being able to do a total of 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and 100 sit-ups. I need your help on this. I'm still not sure when do you call them sit-ups and when do you call them crunches. I looked this up on Quora, and Quora is Quora. But once the adrenaline went down, and on the second or third day, as I freaked out because I couldn't do 5, if you remember the first video, I really needed help, and I decided to reach out to the Cavalry, the only content creator that I know that creates amazing content at the intersection of fitness, nutrition, and machine learning, Daniel Book. I have actually interviewed him on the podcast as well, so please feel free to check that out, linked in the description. But this video is sort of a reaction or discussion video to the answer video that Daniel sent me. So I sent a few questions to Daniel, and he sent this video back to me. Definitely check out his channel after this video, and of course it'll be there in the description and the comments. I'm used to saying show notes. I didn't mess up this time, but without further ado, let's just jump into this video.
Sanyan, what's good, my brother? It's good to see you. I just watched your video, the 120-day fitness micro resolution. That is so exciting, my friend. And you've sent me a couple of questions that you'd like me to answer. I'm going to answer them live from, well, not live, this is a pre-recorded video, from the northern beaches of Brisbane, Australia.
I wish we could have done it live, but that couldn't be possible this time. The interview was, however, recorded live. And, check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you for this challenge, and I know I've taken a while to make this video. It's because I've been head down working on a few projects of my own, but of course fitness is very, very close to my heart. So that's.
I remember at one point, if you would go to his channel, the trailer or the pinned video on top was him, Daniel, hanging upside down and introducing you to the content that he makes. That just speaks about how close fitness is to him.
I'm so excited for you to do this. Now, your goal is 120 days. You want to get to doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats. If you want to do them straight out, that's pretty darn good. I don't think I could even do 100 straight push-ups. I think the max I've ever done in about a minute or so was 55 to 60. I've never pushed it far beyond that barrier. So kudos to you for going for that. 100 sit-ups, it's also wild. 100 squats, incredible. The reason why I love those exercises as well is because they only need your body weight. So there's no excuses. You don't need some fancy piece of equipment. You don't need to track all of the calories that you're burning on some...
I still do that.
No, nothing. You just, wherever you are, you just start doing them. All you need is gravity. And gravity is everywhere. It's beautiful, beautiful. You can build Pythons to write Python code.
So my first question to Daniel was, am I a madman for setting these goals? Because those are quite scary goals, at least for me.
I don't think so. Some of the advice I love to give to like my little brothers, I also give it to myself when I'm journaling and whatnot, is to set really ambitious goals. And then if you think they're ambitious, double them, and then double them again. And so the reason why you would do that is because then you find your upper limit. You find your breaking point. Because you know your bottom limit. Your bottom limit is just doing nothing and sitting around. Whereas not many people know what their upper limit is. So kudos to you for giving yourself 120 days to work up. I see your starting stats. You did 15 half push-ups. I don't know if I'd even call them half push-ups. No, I'm kidding.
That hurt.
15 half push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure if you want to do 100 straight consecutively because that is a great challenge. But just maybe if you wanted to do 100 of each within some sort of time limit, not entirely sure.
In my defense, I should have clarified this to Daniel, but I just assumed that no one can actually do so many, and I didn't think about it clearly. So my next question to Daniel was, if you've not seen the video, I could just barely do 5, and it just seemed impossible at that time. So how should I know, and how should I push myself?
So there's a few types of different trainings that I would recommend. So, and I would do it like sporadically. So I would set yourself up like a roller coaster to really, so your body doesn't get used to one sort of training. And what I mean by that is, so one day I would do as many as you can. Now I would only do as many as you can straight once or twice a week maximum, because you want to optimize your rest, because that's going to be really important if you're limiting yourself to a certain amount of time.
I actually learned that quite the hard way.
You want to make sure your body can recover so that it can perform the next day. So limit the amount of times you really push yourself right to the edge. But in terms of mixing your training up, so one day, for example, I would do, there's a method called greasing the groove, which is you would do, say, 5 of each, 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups, 5 squats, sorry, once every hour. So say, for example, you wake up 7 a.m., you would do 5 of each. 8 a.m. rolls around, 5 of each. And then it might not seem like much each time you do them because it's only a small amount of reps, but by the time you get to the end of the day, you could have done 50, 60, 70, it depends how long you've been awake for. So that's a really great method. Other days, I would practice doing every minute on the minute. That's one I'm a big fan of. So when I'm poor for time and I just want to get a pump, or if I'm recording videos, one of the things that I do to sort of get myself moving is, rather than just sitting down, which I'm doing now, but I would set a timer for 5 minutes, and then I would do 10 push-ups every minute for 5 minutes. And you could do the reverse. So you could you could mix it up. So you could set a timer for, say, 6 minutes, and then first minute you do 10 push-ups. Second minute you do 10 sit-ups. Third minute you do 10 squats. So you mix up your training like that. And then, of course, you could elongate
Maybe every
it.
2
So
minutes.
make your rest time longer. So you could set a timer for half an hour, sorry. And then every 5 minutes, you would do 10 to 20 push-ups or 10 to 20 squats. So a larger amount. And that's you increasing the amount that you're doing so that you can reach that 100 goal. And then subsequently, you would keep increasing that every few days or every week or so.
So my next question to Daniel was, are these 3 good enough? Do I need any other exercises? Now again, I've never really sincerely exercised ever before, so I wasn't sure if this is an overload. Do you need other types? People talk about different muscle groups. Do you need anything else? I had no idea. So are these 3 exercises enough?
No, I would say the only thing that I would use alongside those, because I mentioned before that they're some of my favorite exercises because you don't need anything. All you need is your body weight. So you can just do them wherever. You could do them in your lounge room. You could go for a walk. So that's the one thing I would supplement them with, is because your body's going to be making a lot of physical changes. You want to also allow it to have some active recovery. And what I mean by that, and what I like to do, is when I've been wrestling, so jiu-jitsu is what I'm doing at the moment most of the time. I've got training in about 10 minutes as well, so we'll wrap this video up pretty quickly. Is if I'm sore, I'll do some stretching, and I'll also go for long walks on uneven surfaces. The reason being is because when you walk on uneven surfaces, your body has to adjust to those surfaces. So you're essentially giving yourself a massage by walking over different surfaces.
That's great advice.
So I'm a big fan of long walks. Don't time them, don't take technology, just go out, enjoy nature, recover.
That is great advice. I didn't active recovery. I've heard of active recovery, but active massage. This is actually quite interesting, and it does make sense. My next question to Daniel was, I've never taken fitness sincerely. When should I know to push myself, and when should I know to step back and not exert myself really?
So, as I mentioned before, a lot of find your upper limit. See how much you can go. You'll know when you need to rest. So, if you're thinking your training is ambitious, double it, and then double it again. And then, if you find yourself on the borderline of injury or you feel something tight, back off a little. Go slow for a few days. Do some stretching. Go for more walks. So that's and at the end of the day, you're not the number doesn't really matter, right? It's Goddard's law. Any measure that you once it becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. What you're really building here is the habit of movement. So in the past, when I've had some specific goal, of course I've hit those specific goals, but sometimes I've failed to hit those specific goals. But the most important habit that I've developed in health and fitness and movement in general is the habit of moving every day. So whether it's a walk, whether it's wrestling at jiu-jitsu, whether it's doing some great bodyweight exercises like squats, push-ups, and sit-ups.
I don't know about Daniel, but that definitely didn't come naturally to me. Just getting into this habit, and that's why I said the school to really get into the habit of being active every day.
So that's what you're really going for here, is developing the habit of movement.
Finally, just any other words or suggestions?
I think we've spoken enough here, but as I said, I'm really excited for you to go through with this challenge. I believe by the time you get this video, you'll be a little over halfway. So finish out this challenge, my friend, develop that habit of movement, and trust me, when you're healthy, that's everything, it amplifies everything in life. So that's what I like to say, is that health is number one. If you don't have health, what else do you have? So good luck, build those pythons. So when you're you're rocking pythons while you're writing Python. I'll speak to you soon, my friend. Keep moving.
That was such a solid advice to end on. Keep moving. Solid words from Solid Man. Thank you so much again, Daniel, for sending this video. Again, as a reminder, please find his channel right in the first comment or in the description. Also, feel free to check out my interview with him. It is so now actually I have learned this quite the hard way, but now I actually do this challenge every alternate day. Today is that day when I have to do this. So I will get to that and I will continue moving. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.